Here are Grandma's 40-plus oddly useful food hacks you'll wish you learned sooner. Add orange juice to scrambled eggs. Did you know that adding orange juice to scrambled eggs can make them fluffier and tastier? The natural acidity in the juice breaks down proteins in the eggs, creating a softer and fluffier texture. Grandma loved this simple trick to make her breakfast extra special. Whisk 1 tablespoon of orange juice per 2 eggs until fully combined, then cook over medium heat, stirring gently. The hint of citrus brightens the flavor, adding a surprising twist that complements the creamy, rich texture beautifully. Use soda water for fluffy pancakes. Soda water is a secret ingredient for making pancakes lighter and fluffier. Its carbonation adds air to the batter, creating a tender texture. Replace regular milk or water with soda water in your pancake recipe using the same measurements. Gently mix the batter to avoid deflating the bubbles. Let it sit for a few minutes before pouring onto the griddle. The result is irresistibly soft pancakes with a delicate texture that pairs perfectly with syrup or fresh fruit. Add apple cider vinegar to chili. Apple cider vinegar makes chili more flavorful and balanced. Its tanginess brightens the dish, cutting through the richness of the ingredients. Add 1 teaspoon of vinegar near the end of cooking, stirring it in gently to blend the flavors. This small addition enhances the overall depth of the chili without overpowering its essence. Serve the chili as usual for a well-rounded, vibrant dish with an extra layer of taste. Keep cornbread moist with sour cream. Adding sour cream to cornbread batter keeps it moist and tender. Its creamy texture and slight tang complement the sweetness of cornbread, preventing dryness. Substitute a portion of the liquid in your recipe with sour cream, about ½ a cup for every 2 cups of batter. Stir it in gently to avoid overmixing. Bake as usual and enjoy a cornbread that's rich, soft, and stays fresh longer. Pair with honey butter or a warm bowl of chili for the perfect meal. Boost coffee flavor with cinnamon. Have you tried adding a pinch of cinnamon to your coffee? Apparently, it can elevate your coffee, adding warmth and complexity to its flavor. The spice enhances the natural richness of coffee while providing a subtle sweetness. Sprinkle a small amount of ground cinnamon into your coffee grounds before brewing or stir it directly into your cup. Adjust the amount based on your taste preference. This aromatic addition not only boosts flavor, but also fills your kitchen with a comforting, inviting scent every morning. Poach eggs with vinegar in water. Adding vinegar to poaching water ensures perfectly shaped eggs. According to Grandma, the acidity in vinegar helps the egg whites coagulate faster, keeping them intact. Bring a pot of water to a gentle simmer and add 1 tablespoon of vinegar per quart of water. Crack each egg into a small bowl and carefully slide it into the water. Cook for 3 to 4 minutes for soft yolks, then remove with a slotted spoon. This method creates beautifully poached eggs for breakfast or brunch dishes. Revive lettuce with ice and vinegar. Wilted lettuce can be brought back to life with ice water and a splash of vinegar. The cold water rehydrates the leaves, while vinegar's acidity restores crispness and brightness. Fill a large bowl with ice water and add 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Submerge the lettuce leaves for 10 to 15 minutes, then pat them dry with a clean towel. This quick fix leaves your greens crunchy and fresh, perfect for salads or sandwich toppings. Make clear ice cubes. Crystal clear ice cubes are easy to make with a little preparation. Start by boiling water and letting it cool to room temperature before pouring it into your ice tray. Boiling removes air bubbles and impurities, resulting in clearer cubes. Freeze the tray slowly to further reduce cloudiness. These clear cubes are perfect for cocktails or special occasions. For added flair, freeze small fruits or herbs inside the cubes to elevate your drinks. Smash garlic for easy peeling. Smashing garlic cloves makes peeling them effortless. The pressure breaks the papery skin, separating it from the clove. Place the clove on a cutting board and press down firmly with the flat side of a knife or a kitchen utensil. Remove the skin with your fingers, and the garlic is ready to use. This method saves time and effort while also slightly crushing the clove, releasing more flavor for your cooking. Save mushy rice with a bread slice. A slice of white bread can help fix mushy rice by absorbing excess moisture. White bread is highly porous, with a structure full of tiny air pockets that act like sponges. Additionally, the starch in bread enhances its absorbent capacity, helping it draw out excess moisture from the rice. Place a slice of bread on top of the rice in the pot and cover with a lid. Let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes, allowing the bread to soak up the extra water. Remove the bread and gently fluff the rice. Ripen bananas in a paper bag. Bananas ripen faster in a paper bag due to the ethylene gas they release. The bag traps the gas, accelerating the process. Place your bananas in a brown paper bag and fold the top loosely to allow airflow while retaining the gas. For even faster ripening, add an apple or a ripe banana to the bag. Check daily until the bananas reach your desired ripeness. This trick is ideal for quickly ripening bananas for baking or snacking. Wrap celery in aluminum foil. Aluminum foil helps celery stay crisp and fresh for longer. The foil allows ethylene gas to escape while retaining the celery's moisture, preventing it from becoming limp. Wrap the entire celery stalk tightly in foil, ensuring there are no gaps, and store it in the refrigerator's crisper drawer. Replace the foil as needed to maintain freshness. This simple method keeps celery crunchy for weeks, perfect for salads, snacks, or cooking. Stop avocado browning with onion. Onions can keep cut avocados from turning brown. The sulfur compounds in onions slow down the oxidation process that causes browning. Place a few slices of onion in an airtight container and position the avocado cut side up on top of the onion. Seal the container and refrigerate. The avocado stays fresh and green for longer, perfect for guacamole or sandwiches. For a double benefit, use the onion in your recipes afterward. Prevent apple browning in salt water. Salt water is a simple solution for preventing apple slices from browning. The salt inhibits the oxidation process that causes discoloration. Mix half a teaspoon of salt into a bowl of cold water, then soak the apple slices for 3 to 5 minutes. Drain and pat them dry before serving. The slight saltiness doesn't affect the flavor significantly, but keeps the apples looking fresh. Add a squeeze of lemon juice for an extra layer of freshness and brightness. Freeze overripe bananas to save them. Freezing overripe bananas prevents waste and preserves them for future use. Their natural sweetness and soft texture make them perfect for smoothies or baking. Peel the bananas and place them in an airtight container or freezer bag, ensuring no air is trapped. Label the bag with the date for easy tracking. Thaw them in the fridge before use or blend them frozen for a creamy consistency. Make buttermilk with vinegar easily. Making buttermilk at home is simple with vinegar. Its acidity curdles milk, creating the tangy, thick consistency of buttermilk. Add 1 tablespoon of white or apple cider vinegar to 1 cup of milk. Stir and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. The milk will thicken and develop a slightly sour taste, perfect for baking or marinating. Use this quick hack whenever you need buttermilk and don't have it on hand. It works perfectly in recipes for pancakes or biscuits. Dunk potatoes in cold water to peel. Did you know that cold water makes peeling boiled potatoes much easier? The temperature change causes the potato skin to loosen and slide off effortlessly. After boiling, transfer the hot potatoes directly into a bowl of ice water. Let them sit for 10 seconds, then remove and gently rub the skin with your hands. It comes off in one quick motion. This trick saves time and keeps your hands cool, ideal for preparing large batches of potatoes. Ensure flaky crust with ice water. Ice water is essential for a perfectly flaky pie crust. Keeping the dough cold prevents the butter from melting too soon, creating layers of fat that form flakes during baking. Add ice cubes to your water before mixing it into the flour and butter. Gradually, add the chilled water 1 tablespoon at a time until the dough comes together. Avoid overworking the dough to maintain its flakiness. Chill the dough before rolling for even better results. Chill onions to avoid tears while cutting. Cold onions release fewer tear-inducing compounds, making them easier to chop without discomfort. Place the onion in the refrigerator for 15 to 30 minutes before cutting. The cold temperature slows the release of sulfuric compounds that irritate your eyes. Use a sharp knife to reduce cell damage and further minimize tears. This simple preparation step makes meal prep smoother and more enjoyable, especially when slicing multiple onions for soups, stews, or salads. Tenderize meat with pineapple juice. Pineapple juice is a natural meat tenderizer due to its enzyme bromelain, which breaks down tough proteins. Pour the juice over the meat in a shallow dish, ensuring it's fully coated. Marinate for 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the thickness and type of meat. Avoid over-marinating to prevent the meat from becoming mushy. This method works especially well for tough cuts like flank steak or pork chops, leaving them juicy and tender. Get 50% more from your bacon. Do you want to get more from your bacon? Grandma said that cooking it slowly is the hack. Apparently, cooking bacon slowly over low heat renders more fat, making each strip larger and crispier. Start by placing the bacon in a cold pan, ensuring the strips don't overlap. Turn the heat to low and cook slowly, flipping occasionally to ensure even browning. The slow cooking process prevents shrinkage and keeps the bacon meaty. Save the rendered fat for cooking eggs or vegetables. It's a flavorful addition to many dishes and minimizes waste. Fix salty soup with raw potato. A raw potato can help reduce saltiness in soup, according to Grandma. The starch in the potato absorbs some of the excess salt while cooking. Peel a potato, cut it into large chunks, and add it to the soup. Simmer for 15 to 20 minutes, then remove the potato pieces before serving. This simple fix balances flavors without diluting the soup. If you don't have a potato, adding cooked rice or unsalted broth can achieve similar results. Preserve milk longer with a pinch of salt. Salt can extend the shelf life of milk by inhibiting bacterial growth. Add a pinch of salt to a fresh container of milk and shake gently to mix. Store the milk in the coldest part of the refrigerator, not the door, for maximum freshness. The salt doesn't affect the flavor, but helps keep milk usable for an extra few days. This hack is especially useful when you need milk to last until your next grocery trip. Save veggie scraps for soup stock. Vegetable scraps can be repurposed into a flavorful soup stock. Onion skins, carrot tops, celery ends, and herb stems all add depth to the broth. Collect scraps in a resealable bag and store them in the freezer until you have enough to make stock. Simmer the scraps in a pot of water for 1 to 2 hours, then strain. Use the stock immediately or freeze it for later. This eco-friendly hack reduces waste and adds rich flavor to soups and stews. Ripen pears faster in a paper bag. A paper bag can speed up pear ripening by trapping ethylene gas, which fruits naturally release. Place the pears in a paper bag, fold the top loosely, and leave them at room temperature. To accelerate the process further, add a ripe banana or apple to the bag. Check daily for ripeness, as the fruit can ripen quickly. This method is perfect for when you need soft, juicy pears for snacking, baking, or poaching. Parboil potatoes for crispy roasting. Parboiling potatoes before roasting ensures a perfectly crispy exterior and fluffy interior. Boil peeled and chopped potatoes in salted water for 5 to 7 minutes, just until slightly tender. Drain and let them dry completely before tossing in oil and your favorite seasonings. Roast at high heat, turning occasionally for golden, crunchy potatoes. Parboiling removes excess starch, which helps create a crisp crust. For an added flavor boost, sprinkle fresh herbs or garlic while roasting. Stop sugar clumps with rice grains. Rice grains are a simple solution to prevent sugar from clumping. Their natural ability to absorb moisture keeps sugar dry and free-flowing. Place a few grains of uncooked rice in a small piece of cheesecloth or a tea bag and tie it tightly. Add this to your sugar container and store as usual. The rice won't mix with the sugar, but will effectively soak up humidity. Replace the rice every few months for consistent results. Add butter to juicy burger patties. Butter makes burger patties juicier and more flavorful. The fat in butter melts as the burgers cook, keeping them moist and tender. Instead of mixing butter into the ground beef, place a thin pat of butter on top of each patty while grilling or pan frying. This allows the butter to melt directly into the meat, adding richness without overworking the mixture. For extra flavor, you can mix garlic or herbs into the butter beforehand. Grill or pan fry as usual for deliciously juicy burgers with an enhanced flavor profile. Mix cold water for lump-free gravy. Cold water is essential for lump-free gravy. Mixing cold water with flour before adding it to hot stock prevents clumps from forming. Whisk 2 tablespoons of flour into half a cup of cold water until smooth. Gradually add this mixture to simmering stock, stirring constantly. Cook over medium heat until the gravy thickens. This method ensures a smooth, velvety consistency. Add salt, pepper, or drippings for additional flavor to perfect your sauce. Keep strawberries fresh with vinegar. A vinegar rinse can extend the freshness of strawberries. Its antimicrobial properties kill bacteria and mold spores, slowing spoilage. Mix 1 part white vinegar with 3 parts water in a bowl. Soak the strawberries for a few minutes, then rinse thoroughly with fresh water to remove the vinegar taste. Dry the berries completely before storing them in the refrigerator. This hack keeps strawberries fresh and delicious for days longer than usual. Freeze ginger for extra juice yield. Freezing ginger makes it easier to extract juice while grating. The freezing process breaks down ginger fibers, allowing more juice to release with minimal effort. Peel the ginger and freeze it in an airtight container or resealable bag. When needed, grate the frozen ginger with a fine grater or microplane. Squeeze the grated pulp to extract the juice. This method is perfect for recipes, teas, or marinades, and it also extends the ginger's shelf life significantly. Add milk to keep boiled potatoes white. Milk helps boiled potatoes retain their natural white color. The proteins in milk create a protective layer that prevents discoloration caused by oxidation. Add a splash of milk to the pot while boiling potatoes for mashed dishes or salads. Simmer as usual until tender, then drain and prepare the potatoes as needed. This trick is especially useful for presentation in recipes where bright white potatoes make a visual impact. Pre-salt veggies to prevent wateriness. Pre-salting vegetables removes excess moisture, preventing dishes from becoming watery. Salt draws water out of vegetables through osmosis, concentrating their flavor and improving texture. Sprinkle a pinch of salt over sliced vegetables like zucchini, eggplant, or cucumbers, and let them sit for 10 to 15 minutes. Blot the veggies dry with a paper towel before cooking. This simple step enhances their flavor and ensures crispy, firm results in stir-fries, sautés, or baked dishes. Make chips from peeled vegetables. Vegetable peels can be turned into crispy, flavorful chips instead of going to waste. Carrot, potato, or parsnip peels work particularly well. Toss the peels in olive oil, sprinkle with salt and seasonings of your choice, and spread them on a baking sheet. Bake at 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 minutes or until crispy, flipping halfway through. These homemade chips are a tasty, eco-friendly snack, adding crunch and reducing kitchen waste effortlessly. Revive stale bread with water. Do you want to revive stale bread? It's super easy with just water. The moisture from it rehydrates the bread, making it fresh and pliable again. Lightly dampen the surface of the loaf with water, either by sprinkling or brushing it on evenly. Place the bread in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius for about 5 to 10 minutes, allowing the heat to rejuvenate its crust and interior. Reheat pizza perfectly using a skillet. Reheating pizza in a skillet ensures a crispy crust and melty toppings. The direct heat from the skillet revitalizes the crust while preserving its texture. Heat a skillet over medium heat and place a slice of pizza in it. Add a splash of water and cover the skillet with a lid to trap heat and allow the cheese to melt. Cook for 2 to 3 minutes or until the pizza is heated through. This method avoids the soggy crust that microwaving often creates. Add butter for a velvety sauce. Butter adds richness and a silky texture to sauces. As it melts, it creates a smooth emulsion that enhances flavor and consistency. Cut cold butter into small pieces and whisk it into the sauce over low heat, one piece at a time. This gradual method prevents the sauce from separating and ensures a velvety finish. Pair this technique with creamy tomato-based or pan sauces for a luxurious touch. Cut butter cleanly using dental floss. Dental floss provides a clean, precise way to cut butter. The floss slices smoothly through the butter without squishing or sticking. Use unflavored, unwaxed dental floss for best results. Place the butter block on a cutting board, hold the floss taut, and press down firmly to cut through. This technique is especially useful for evenly slicing butter for baking or presentation. It works just as well for soft cheeses or dough logs too. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.